Hi everyone and welcome to DeFi Daily, the channel where every day we talk about DeFi, going through different analysis, tutorials and news. Today we're going to talk about Spiriswap, that is part of the DeFi ecosystem of Fantom, and this is probably one of my favorite platforms in the whole ecosystem, and I will explain to you why. Before to start, I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you are new. All you have to do is just press the subscribe button, and please leave me also a thumbs up to help you spread the word, reach more people and grow the channel. That's just a small action, but really means a lot to me. So if you will do, I would be really more than grateful. A quick disclaimer also, always remember that all the contents in this channel are just for educational purpose and nothing has to be intended as a financial advice. Do always your own research before investing in anything. And I would like to start with some metrics about Spiriswap. As you can see, Spiriswap is the fourth platform into the Fantom total value ranking, and it has grown a lot in the last week with a 78% of growth in just 7 days. This is the trend of the total value locked inside Spiriswap since May until now. As you can see, since August, the end of August, for 2 weeks, the total value locked inside the platform has increased a lot. And after that, just in the last 2 weeks, we have seen another major wave that has brought the total value locked inside the platform to a maximum around 270 million. The same kind of trend we can see it also from the price of the token. As you can see, around the beginning of September here we have the first peak. After that we had the literature contraction that brought the price to a value of $0.1. After that we have seen a major spike with a 6x in not even 2 weeks, and the price right now is around 55 cents. Having a look also to the market cap, we can see that right now we are around 120 million with a fully diluted valuation that is around 500 million. It means that right now the platform is young and the fully diluted valuation is not even so high. As we have seen going through different kind of platforms during the different videos that we have gone through together, right now having a platform that has just 500 million of fully diluted market cap, it means that that's a decent amount, but it's not so much overvaluated, at least compared to many other ones that we have seen. In any case, let's have a look also to the tokenomics of the platform to understand in which direction could go the price. And as you can see here, the maximum supply is 1 billion tokens. And if we go to the documentation looking for the emission rate, the emission rate means how many tokens are created, are distributed in each period. And this is an indicator that is really important to understand in which moment we will face a major selling pressure, because obviously when people are receiving some rewards and are receiving some tokens, the first decision that they have to take is if they want to hold them or they want to sell. Many people will be pushed to sell to in order to take profits, because even if you are just want to become an holder for the long term, for the long run of this kind of project, it could be that a certain amount of the tokens that you have just received, you want to take profit from them, and so you are creating a selling pressure because you are going to the market to sell your own token. And this is obviously something that you have to keep in mind if you want to analyze and try to predict what kind of price we will have in the next future. Higher is the amount of token that it has been released, higher is the selling pressure, and more people are going to the market to sell and affecting the price that obviously will tend to go down. The fully diluted market cap will be reached around the mid of the 2025, so 2025, so in around 4 years since now. Down here you can find also a table with the whole breakdown on when the different amount of tokens will be released and distributed. Having a look also to the roadmap, that is something that is really interesting to understand in which direction is headed the project. I like the fact that they are sharing it with a lot of details. As you can see here, each feature, each goal is described with a couple of sentences, but it really helps us to understand where they are headed and what they are planning to do. Right now we are in phase 5, as you can see here, and they are talking about Soul Credit Stable. What does it mean? It means they are working to create a money market where you can use your LP tokens, so the tokens that are representing the liquidity you have just added to a certain pool, to use them as a collateral. And through this feature you will be able to receive some coin. Specifically it will the name will be Soul, and this Soul will be a stable coin. A stable coin that you will have the opportunity to mint it, giving to the platform your LP tokens as a collateral. This mechanism is quite close to what we have seen, for example, with Parrot, and I will leave you also the link of Parrot overview in the right corner here. This is something that we have discussed together in that video. Anyway, this is something that can really be useful, because having the opportunity to be liquid on the market, means that even if you are investing, for example, in some LP tokens, adding liquidity to a certain pool, you are not losing the ability to make any other investment. Let's say that you want to add liquidity to a pool, but also buy some Bitcoin. Through this feature, you can do it, because you can add liquidity to a certain pool, receiving some LP tokens, and at the same time you can borrow against your LP tokens, receiving some Soul, that is a stable coin, and you can use this stable coin to buy some Bitcoin or whatever you like it. We will see in the next future when this feature will release. As you can see here, the fully operating mechanism will be available only with the Spiriswap lending network 2.0. Right now we are just in the first version that has been built with the Ola Finance team, and we will see later exactly how does it work, this first version, but obviously it's something that is still really young, and it doesn't have yet all the features that we are interested in. Anyway, let's have a look to the platform and how does it work. This is the homepage of the app, where you can find all the major metrics and all the announcements. Going through, the second feature is the portfolio, and this is just where you can find all the metrics connected to your own wallet. Right now you can see anything because I haven't connected my own wallet, but once you have connected it, and you can find here all the different wallets that are compatible, you will see here all the information about your own asset and positions. The third feature that they are offering is the exchange one. That is the most typical one in the whole DeFi ecosystem. What is really interesting here is that they have added the possibility to have this interface with not only the possibility to swap your tokens here or coins, but also having on the other side a chart when you can dig inside and understand better in which direction and how the price is moving for each token and for each pair. The mechanism of this feature is really typical. All you have to do is just choose the token that you own and you want to swap, and on the other field just choose the token that you want to receive in exchange, selecting the amount and confirm the transaction. Spiriswap is also giving you the opportunity to add some limit order. It means that your order will be triggered, so will be accomplished only at a specific condition. In this case, it is a price condition. For example, in the moment when the price of FTM against Spirit reach a certain amount, that you can write it here, let's say 10, in this moment your order will be triggered and the swap will be completed. And this feature is powered by Gelato, that is an infrastructure, it is a tool that is allowing this kind of swapping with a limit order. You can use the menu up here to exchange the feature that you want to use. Let's say that you want to add liquidity to some pool. All you have to do is click on it, add liquidity, and you will have the possibility to add liquidity to a specific pool. If you want to change the pool of the pair that you want to provide liquidity for, all you have to do is just select the kind of tokens or coins that you want to use. Once you have done, just select the amount, confirm the transaction, and you are done. Nice is also the Zap feature that is allowing you to, starting from a single asset, to receive directly some LP token. Let's say that you have some FTM on your portfolio, and let's say that you want to receive some FTM WBTC LP token. All you have to do is just select them, confirm the transaction, and your FTM will be directly converted into an LP tokens that is representing the same amount of FTM in terms of value in dollar that you have just typed here. Let's say that you want to swap 10 FTM that has a corresponding value in dollar, and the same value will be the one that you will find for your LP tokens that are representing liquidity you have added to this pool. Once you have some LP tokens that is representing the liquidity you have just added, you can go to farms. Farms is where you can start earning some additional rewards. The mechanism is the typical one of any kind of farming feature, and it works through this simple mechanism. All you have to do is find the farm that is representing the LP tokens that you have just received, add them, and you will start earning the APR that you are seeing here. Let's say that you have added liquidity to Zoo FTM, you will have the possibility to earn an APR of 66%. You can find also the breakdown of your rewards, and you will see that right now farm APR is 62.86%. The farm APR is paid in Spirit tokens that is the token of the Spiritswap platform. On the other side, you have LP APR, that is the fees that are collected through the swapping feature and that are added directly to your LP tokens. So the whole amount is 66%. Remember that this amount could change accordingly to the amount of liquidity that has been added inside this farm, but also on the other side, the volume of exchanges that has been completed through the swapping feature. There are also some boosted farms, as you can see here, and this is really peculiar from this kind of Spiritswap platform, and this is something that I really loved, because they are creating at the same time some empowered pool and farm where you can find some greater APR, but also they are creating some use case for their own token, because through this feature you can choose, obviously, if you participate to the governance and more specifically to the inSPIRIT token, and we will see in a moment how does it work. In any case, the mechanism is quite simple. All you have to do is to vote for how much of allocation in terms of Spirit tokens do you want to assign to each farm. And so you can see here that the amount of APR is much greater. In this case, can reach almost the 200% APR. Always remember that when we are talking about APR, we are talking about not compounded interest. When we are talking about APY, we are talking about compounded interest. So if you compound this kind of yield, you can earn even higher APY. If you want to know more about the APR and APY, I will leave also the link of a complete video where we were talking about exactly this kind of difference. Let's go to have a look to the inSPIRIT feature and how does it work, this kind of mechanism that is allowing you to receive and to decide for higher rewards for some specific pool. The first thing that you have to do is to participate to this governance is to lock your spirit tokens for a certain amount of time, and it can go from 1 week to a maximum of 4 years. Which is the difference? The difference is the longer is the period that you are locking your spirit, a higher is the amount of inSPIRIT that you are receiving in exchange. And your inSPIRIT tokens has different use cases, and we can find them here. You can participate to protocol profits because for each swap, as you can see here, the platform is collecting the 0.05% in fees, and this kind of fees are redistributed to people that are owing some inSPIRIT tokens. Not to mention that people that are holding inSPIRIT tokens can benefit for a boost up to 2.5x in farming rewards. That's the reason why when we are here, you are seeing an APR that is not fixed, but it has a range that is going from 88.39 to a maximum of 220. The difference and the people who are able to reach the maximum APR are only the people that has provided some spirit, they are locked them, and they are receiving in exchange some inSPIRITs that will provide a maximum of 2.5x more rewards for each of these boosted farms. Here in the documentation you can find also all the calculation for known, which is your own multiplier. The last use case for your own inSPIRIT is to use them obviously to vote for example here, vote to boost your farm, and you can add the percentage of boosting for each pool. Okay, let's go back and let's try to have a look also to the last couple of features. There is also a staking feature that more than the typical staking feature is like a pool that is rewarding people who are adding liquidity to this pool. inSPIRIT is another token that has his own value, obviously related to what is going on Spirit, and you can buy it through Grim Finance. You can find here the link. Once you have your inSPIRIT, you can add the liquidity also here from the exchange feature into Spiriswap, and then you can just stake your LP tokens inside this feature. It's not so much different from just the typical farming feature. In this case, it's just called a staking feature, but it doesn't have any major difference from what we have just seen through the farm. And this staking feature is offering a 35% that is not bad if we are talking about a pool that doesn't have a high impairment loss, because the relationship between the two tokens should remain stable during the time, or at least closely stable. There is also a lending and borrowing feature that is also the version 1 that we have of what we have seen into their roadmap. And as you can see here from the link, it's not just on a Spiriswap website, but you have to use the Ola Finance platform. This is the typical money market where you can supply and borrow some coin. In this case, I will not go through the details of how does it work, because in any case we will do a much deeper analysis of it when there will be released also the version 2, and in the moment when we will have the opportunity to use our LP tokens, the LP tokens that we have just seen, that right now you can use them to farm, but in the next future you will have also the opportunity to use your LP tokens to borrow against them. Because always remember that all the farming features are really nice, but obviously they can't just last forever, because in the moment when the platform has reached the maximum supply of tokens, there are no more any other tokens to be distributed. It means that we need more use cases for our tokens. In this case, in the moment when we are adding liquidity to a certain pool and we don't have the opportunity to farm any token because the maximum supply has been already reached, we need some other use case, as in this case, having the opportunity to use our LP tokens to borrow and transfer them in a stable coin could be really interesting and useful. Okay guys, that's all for the Spiriswap. Let's try to summarize what we have seen, and also I will share with you why I really like this kind of platform. Obviously, we don't know, we can't predict if in the next future Spiriswap could become the next standard inside at least the Fantom ecosystem. But what we can say is that the team is headed in a really great direction. They are working on the most promising features of the whole DeFi ecosystem, and that's the reason why I really love this kind of project, and at least for now is one of my favorite inside the Fantom ecosystem. Guys, if you have any questions, just write me here in the comments below, and please leave me also a thumbs up to help me grow the channel, and I will really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye guys!